people that are running our government right now are corrupt and incompetent.
This is going to be a tough week for Donnie. 2 weeks ago it was David Pecker. Then last week it was Stormy.
Paper trail and money trail linking me to Donald Trump so that he could not have me killed.
And this week it's Trump's consigliere.
If anyone knows how Donald Trump speaks in code, it's me.
He's going to lose, and he knows it. So understandably, Fatty Bananas is freaking out.
It's really very sad. If you look at the legal experts and the legal scholars, every one of them say this trial is a scam. It's something that should have never happened. By the way, it could have happened 7 years ago. They bring it right during the election. Nobody sees that. Nobody talks about it. This should have been 7 years ago. It shouldn't have been brought. But if it was going to be brought, it should have been brought 7 years ago.
The reason charges weren't brought 7 years ago is, let me guess. Oh, yeah. You ran the Justice Department and you fired Comey when he started investigating you. You killed any and every attempt to allow an investigation into your finances, your obstruction, and your tiny penis adventures.
Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it.
Tiny Fingers is broke, and he's facing indictments, trials, fines, and jail. His wife sleeps in another time zone. His daughters and son-in-law have disappeared.
Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen The Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
And he's losing whatever's left of his mind.
With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media. We will drain the swamp, and we will liberate our country from these tyrants and villains once and for all.
Does that sound like a sane human being to you?
It's all fake. The whole case is fake. The judge is corrupt. And the only thing he gives us is to make him look a little bit good. He gives us nothing. Now, what he just did now is a joke.
Does that sound like a normal, confident adult? That sounds more like a 12-year-old caught in his bedroom by his dad with a Victoria's Secret catalog.
Oh, my.
And if you add it all up, I think it's a 50% inflation tax. I call it the Biden inflation tax.
Yeah, Trump loves to inflate everything, but he's wrong about things being bigger than they are. Just ask Stormy.
Which of these mushrooms, orange mushrooms, would most represent the commander-in-chief of the United States military? Oh, is this the one?
Inflation was never at 50%. Trump said that at a campaign rally back in March. The fact is, under Biden, we have a 3-year inflation rate of almost 50%. That's not true. Federal figures show the cumulative inflation from when Biden took office in January 2021 was 18.6%, not even half of what Trump said. And the bottom line is Biden inherited an 18% inflation rate from Trump's 2020 pandemic spending and reduced it to 3%, an 86% reduction.
What's happening in our country is horrible. Between inflation and the horrible economy. And the only reason, by the way, the stock market goes up is that I'm leading in all the polls. If I weren't leading, the stock market would be way down.
No, that is actually funny. Trump is saying the market is at record levels, not because inflation is falling and the GDP is higher than it ever was under Trump and unemployment is at historical lows. He's saying the reason the market's so high is this demented snoring fart machine is on trial for ripping people off and orchestrating a coup. Well, that makes sense.
So he lies, and he lies about everything, including his golf game, because he can't hit a ball. He can't hit a ball 100 yards.
That is rich. If you're not a golfer, let me explain to you why that statement is nonsensical and also a lie. Donald Trump is without a doubt the biggest cheat golf has ever known.
In Rick Riley's best-selling new book, Commander-in-Cheat, How Golf Explains Trump, Professor Dotis explains why Donald Trump cheats at golf. He exhibits all the traits of a narcissistic personality disorder. People with this disorder have no conscience about it. He has no sense of morality about things. He lacks empathy towards others. He's a very ill man. He doesn't get that other people have rights and feelings. Other people just don't.
Now, I golf a lot, and I suck, but I don't cheat. And anyone watching this knows that if a person cheats at golf, they'll cheat at anything.
Axios, no friend of mine. They say that Biden's big donors fume over Israel criticism. Biden's donors are the ones that are against Israel. So somehow, maybe those people people that vote for Democrats or vote for Biden, if they look at what they're doing, the donors to Biden are against Israel. Very much and vehemently against Israel. They hate Israel. And that's why Biden hates Israel, because he goes with his donors.
It's like he's taking a dump out of his mouth. In case you haven't been paying attention, Trump leads a pack of white nationalists whom he has defended at every turn. Trump and Dairy Queen both met with this guy.
There is an occult element at the high levels of society, and specifically among the Jews. When we take power, they need to be given the death penalty.
And Trump said this.
Stand back and stand by.
About these guys.
Jews will not replace us!
Watching Trump with his stack of papers talking about lawfare, it's a pun on the word warfare, where he's trying to find legal scholars to back his absurd claims, it's hilarious, because he has no scholars, just these two right-wing hacks.
What's going on here is a disgrace. Jonathan Turley just came out. This case is becoming legally obscene.
Dershowitz and Jonathan Turley, who live on Fox News saying Trump is as innocent as OJ.
But Hannibal Lecter, congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Remember again what's happening here. Trump falsified business records, something very easy to see, to give money to Stormy to keep quiet right before the election. 2 crimes elevated to a felony. And as you heard a second ago, when Trump wants to know why he wasn't prosecuted while he was president, it's almost funny to imagine Trump allowing the Attorney General to investigate him. But the real question is, if Trump didn't have sex with Stormy, then why did he give her the money? And coming up this week, Michael Cohen will answer that question.
The Holy Bible and the voices of famed evangelical.
He is losing his mind, and it's almost understandable. All 34 counts against Trump are linked to a series of checks that were written to Cohen to reimburse him for his role in paying off Daniels. Those payments were recorded in various internal company documents as being a legal retainer that prosecutors say never existed. Cohen will testify to all this. Oh yeah, and each count of falsifying business records, a felony, is punishable by up to 4 years in prison.
Over the fact that somebody paid a lawyer, and in paying the lawyer, so it was a legal expense, that somebody happened to be me. I didn't do the bookkeeping, I didn't even know about it, but a very good bookkeeper marked a legal expense down as a legal expense. They didn't call it construction, they didn't call it building something or concrete or electrical cost. They called, very simply, a legal expense to a lawyer. He was a lawyer, not a fixer, he was a lawyer. Legal expense to a lawyer, they called it legal expense. They said it was marked incorrectly.
How well do you think Trump would do in a state prison? I almost feel sorry for Trump. I mean, he's rambling on about the case like you and I are the jury. I wonder what he'll say when he testifies.
Yeah, I would testify, absolutely.
I'm kidding, of course, because Trump will never testify in court because he's incapable of telling the truth, as is the case with most sociopaths. If he testified, he'd perjure himself every time he opened his hole.
And it's ridiculous that I'm not going to be out campaigning for another week or two as these thugs, these corrupt thugs, and that includes the judge. He should throw this case out. This case should go no further. Every legal expert, the ones I named and many more, Calabrese, another one, many of them, they came out and they said this case should not go forward. It's not a case. There's no crime. There is no crime. And they failed to show a crime. This is election interference. It all comes out of Washington. They have their reps here. You know, they have their reps here. I'm sure you know that.
Now there's the paranoia that Trump and his deep state posse cling to. From Trump to Dairy Queen and all the insanity in between, there's been this continued narrative that people were out to get them. And that resonates with these idiots who think the X-Files and pro wrestling are real, who believe pencil dicks like Jack Posobiec.
I just wanted to say, look, welcome to the end of democracy. We're here to overthrow it completely. We didn't get all the way there on January 6th, but we will endeavor to get rid of it and replace it with this right here. We'll replace it with this right here.
Amen.
Who pushed the Pizzagate story where Democrats were supposedly drinking children's blood, causing one Trump goon to show up with a gun ready to kill Hillary Clinton. This week, this guy, Bernard Hill, died. The actor who played the captain in Titanic, and it got me thinking. He played a man who was forced by his corporate bosses to go against all of his instincts, to go full speed through dangerous waters simply for the sake of appearances. And the result was a disaster. I think there's a metaphor there, because whenever I hear Trump speak, I hear this sting in the back of my mind.
Iceberg, right ahead! Who's with me?
Hi, what's up?
On speed or something.
Time to pack it up.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore! Am I wrong? Yeah. Tick-tock!
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
Thank you so much for watching. You know, YouTube frequently penalizes my videos for taking on controversial subjects, hurting our ability to earn ad revenue, which we use to hire more hosts and make more videos. We think it's so important to make these videos now and expose a Republican cult. So please join us on Patreon. The link is in the comments. We literally can't make these without you. Thank you so much. For Really American Media,
All of a sudden, this guy is like amped. I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.